first and foremost, our Pro VC Research Innovation Professor Asante. I think that he deserves a round of applause. He was here very early. It shows that he's a timely man. We appreciate your patience. Also with us is our able head of department, Professor Ibn Ozu. He's here to make sure that this occasion goes the way it was supposed to. And then we finally also have one of our senior most members in the department, Professor Winfred Ankomah, with us. So we'll just give them a quick round. Without wasting too much time, I want to invite to the podium the head of department, Professor Ebenezer Owusu, to give us a welcome address.
Well, good morning to us all. We are fortunate to have our Pro Vice Chancellor already here with us. And I welcome all our distinguished guests. I've seen PayPal. Is it government gov? What? Dosh, yes, I've seen Dosh. UBA too, I've seen them here. We welcome all of you here. Today's program is celebrated annually. That is Scientific Renaissance Day. And it is an occasion that we celebrate innovation across Africa. So this year's event, we normally celebrate it at the department. But this year's one, we intended to make it a more grander occasion. And then that is the reason why we moved it to the Great Hall. We expected that almost all, at least half of over 5,000 of our students will be here. But we understand the situation. Some of them are still attending lectures. We know by the time that we close, this room will be filled. Initially, we decided to start the program around 9. So let me apologize for the time wasting. Let me also take the opportunity to introduce Computer Science Department to our guests. This department has been in existence for more than 25 years. And we have trained a lot of people, both locally and internationally. Currently, we have over 4,000 to 4,500 undergraduate students. And we have close to 200 master's students and about 35 PhD students. We are, doing several courses. Just recently, we added data science, MSc data science, MSc IT for business to our programs. And we are starting running these ones just next intake. Okay, so master's level, we have MSc computer science, MPhil computer science, MSc Data Science, MPhil Data Science, MSc IT for Business. And then we are also having PhD in Computer Science. So the opportunity is there for everybody that you join this department and you will never regret. The department has a vision. And I think it is better I share it with you in an occasion like this. If you go to the Department of Computer Science, you will see that we are located at a small space. Now, our vision now is to have a befitting department building, and we are making arrangements to do that. We have plans organizing a fundraising ceremony this particular year. So when we get there, our industrial partners who are here, we will take the opportunity to invite you And we hope you will work with us, to establish a proper place for the Department of Computer Science. On that note, thank you very much, and I am glad that we are all here. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Professor Owusu. And then we know that computer science department will definitely be greater than we see it. Our numbers alone tells us that we are not getting diminished or vanishing from the scenes anytime soon. I do recall when I was a student here some years back, I think our total numbers were under 500. So to be talking about 5,000 over, that's a great thing. And we thank you and your predecessors for the hard work that you've done to bring the departments to its current state. Okay, without wasting any more time, I want us to invite the chair of today's event, who is no other person than the Pro VC Red, Professor Felix Asante. Please, let's give him a hand.
The head of department, colleague, faculty, members, staff and students of computer science department, industry partners here present, good morning once again. Thank you for inviting me. Computer science, you chose this day to celebrate what you do in computer science department. So congratulations for that. The climax of the day of Scientific Renaissance of Africa is on the 27th of this month. And we'll have a big ceremony where the Vice Chancellor and other invited guests will participate and showcase the whole university. And that will take place at the City Conference Hall. Let me accept to be the chair before I pass some few comments. So I accept to be the chair for this occasion. And I'm hoping that even though we'll spend some time organizing, we'll be able to finish on time. I'm hoping that this function will highlight the role of computer science in shaping Ghana's digital future and also strengthen the collaboration between academia, industry, and government in the area of digital innovation ecosystem. As part of my portfolio as Pro-Vice Chancellor responsible for research, innovation, and development, as a university, we encourage industry partners to work with us. We always use the term, the gown going to town. And my office is promoting that. So for the industry partners here this morning, thank you very much for making time. And we are grateful and appreciate your time and the support to the computer science department and also to the university. So why such an event? Ghana is going through a rapid digital transformation, and students must be positioned not just as users, but as creators of the technology. And I know with a student population of over 72,000 students, you can just imagine the talents. And here I'm talking about talent outside the computer science department. There are a lot of students, irrespective of the course that they are doing, also into programming. And I'm hoping that the department will be able to identify them and also encourage them on that skill that they have. There's a growing need for indigenous solutions and FinTech, AI, cybersecurity, e-governance, amongst others. And this event provides a platform for students to apply knowledge, build prototypes, and interact with real-world problems. I always crack a joke that I'm waiting for the day when we in the public universities will not compete amongst ourselves, but in the public university, get students, maybe an engineer from KNUS, a computer science person from University of Ghana, somebody from UDS, another person from University of Cape Coast, and try to develop or try to solve a developmental need of the country. If we're able to achieve that, the country will be making progress. I don't believe in competition amongst the universities because we are just defeating ourselves. So I'm hoping that computer science department, you try and work with your sister department in the other public university. I'm hoping that at the end of this program, we will inspire innovation among students through exhibitions, hackathons, and research presentation, and also bridge the gap between university knowledge and industry application through the discussions that we'll have. I'm also hoping that we'll promote career pathways through internship offers, mentorship, and industry engagement. And this, I throw this challenge to the industry partners here, that the University of Ghana has an internship policy, and we encourage that our students, in the course of their life or as a student on campus, undergo internship. So I'm hoping that the partners here, by the time you leave, I'm sure you'll get some names of students who will come to your institution to do internship. We also hope that at the end of this program, we'll recognize and reward excellence, creativity, and critical thinking among participating students. And I'm hoping that this will spark a conversation around Ghana's digital economy, data security, and the role of youth in national development. So on this note, I accept this responsibility to chair, and I hope that you all cooperate with me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. And then I believe that one thing that will not disappoint you with is making sure that we, through this program, create the needed opportunity, because we have some major industry players here, and give our students the opportunity to be able to interact with industry to make what they are doing here useful and become useful also to the nation. So that's, I believe, on behalf of my HOD, we can promise. Thank you very much. Okay, so we do have one of our invited guests to give us a keynote address, after which we'll move into a very interesting section. I think you did find on the flyer that we are concerned about FinTech and the role it's playing in Ghana's economy. We'll come to that conversation very shortly. But whilst that is about to happen, I would like to invite one of our distinguished gentlemen from DOSH, Raul Diego Bracon. I hope I got your name right. Wonderful. With a hand, we'll invite Raul to the stage to give us a quick keynote before we jump into our panel discussion. Oh, please, you can do it better. He's been here for a while, you know. Thank you very much.
Morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I would like to say a quick thank you for our hosts for inviting us here today, to all the distinguished professors and chancellors. I want us to quickly do an exercise. If everyone can quickly close their eyes. Close your eyes. I want you to picture a time 15 years ago when mobile money was first launched in Ghana. Some of you were babies back then, but for most of us, the older generation, it sticks in our minds. But 15 years ago, just picture back a farmer who has just finished selling her crop. She would have been able to use mobile money and not have to deal with queuing in banks, not have to deal with cash hiding under her bed or anything like that. She would have been paid instantly. For the first time, she would have been able to have instant access to her money due to all her hard work. It was a monumental change in the way we do business in Ghana. And this is what we're looking forward to hearing from you guys, something that changes the dynamics of how we operate in our nation. Africa's median age is just 19. In Ghana, it is 21, with almost 6 in 10 citizens under 25. You represent the largest reservoir of untapped ingenuity on the continent. Meanwhile, digital rails are spreading faster than asphalt ones. Mobile money transactions in Ghana exceeds 3 trillion Ghana cedis in 2024, up by 58% year on year. Our mobile money market alone is forecast to hit nearly 934 billion USD by 2033. When young minds meet exponential infrastructure, breakthroughs follow. That is why innovation is not a luxury. It is oxygen for economic renewal and a moral imperative if we are to include every Ghanaian in the digital economy. Today's hackathon is more than a coding sprint. It is a pitch-based competition that mirrors real markets. Each team will have 10 minutes to present. You'll be judged on innovation, feasibility, relevance, and presentation. Think of this stage as a rehearsal for boardrooms, venture capital pitches, and policy roundtables you will one day command. Just a brief introduction to DOSH. We are an organization which I think is better for us to be seen as an ecosystem. So we have a financial aspect, we have a health insurance aspect, and all of these come together to help bring about financial inclusion. So we believe that it's good to have access to financial tools, but it's more important to have health. And so we make sure that everybody has affordable healthcare. We place a lot of faith in our youth, and so we're hoping that at the end of this hackathon, we will be able to receive a lot of applications for internships from some of those present here who will send their CVs to us. Thank you very much for your time. We look forward to seeing your pitches. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Raul. That was a very brief and concise address. Okay, now I would want us to move into a quick discussion. Like he mentioned, that FinTech seems to be all over the place. And I wouldn't want us to waste too much time. We have some special guests invited from UBA, DOSH as well. So without much ado, I would ask our reps from UBA and DOSH to kindly join me upstage. We'll give you their full profile as they mount stage with us before we begin a discussion. So with a round of applause, let's kindly invite the reps from UBA and DOSH upstage. Oh, please, you can do better. So you can kindly join me upstage. Many a time you're wondering what to do after school and so on and so forth. And then we are catching on to a trend. We've had the opportunity to be graced in today's event by some of these industry players to come and give us a sense of what we can do with ourselves, and then the relevance of what you've been taught in class is, and probably also the appreciation of the approach that is being used these days in the classroom. And you see how you probably also fit within the ecosystem. So we are going to be having a very short discussion on FinTech and its role in Ghana's economy. You are welcome once again. So I want to kickstart this with a very interesting question. Please, you could check with the microphones beside you to be sure that they are working. And by that opportunity, let us hear your voice. You could just give us a hello.
Hello, good morning.
Wonderful. Hello. Okay.
Hello.
It's nice to hear a female's voice. I think we've had so many men on the podium, so that was a soothing one. Okay. I did promise I'll give you their profiles. I want us to jump into the conversation, then we'll grace it with their full portfolio. Then you appreciate who they are. Are we okay? Okay, so I have a very quick question. First and foremost, let me throw this to Raul, since you just left the stage. Do you think that it is worth the talk? This whole FinTech concept that is going on, do you think it is worth the talk?
It is very definitely
And
worth
why?
the talk. We have a large section of our population that do not have access to banks. They don't have access to health insurance and things of that nature. So it's necessary.
It is necessary.
Inclusion is necessary. And there are needs that you guys are going to be able to address through the things that you're going to come up with and innovate on.
Okay, just before I move on from you, I hear that it is necessary, but for us seated here who are students, what should the existence of a lot of banks mean to us? Why should we worry about the fact that there are a lot of banks? I mean, of what importance? You didn't mention that there are a lot of banks, right? So I'm just thinking to myself, if there are a lot of banks, okay, that's a good thing. That's wonderful for those who are studying banking and finance in the business school. Why should I, in the computing space, be worried or concerned about the evolving nature of our financial institutions? Oh, feel free, please, if you...
Okay, so there is a need to have banks within the organization because, number one, when you're doing trade facilitation, there needs to be a trusted entity between you and each of the second party you pursue a transaction with. And most of them are some regulatory aspects. You as an individual cannot be transferred from one point to the other to get that done. So there's a need for financial institutions to act as a mediator for those who want to save money, for those who want to transfer money, or for those who need credit to be able to facilitate an activity. So the need for banks is important. Also, with the need of the long and short of it is in the 50s, the latest FinTech item was a check.
Okay.
It was a check book.
Okay.
The ability to write what amount and go to any bank and have that amount associated. It was a technology. By this day and age, with the internet connectivity of everything, we are now digital. Everything happens in microseconds, right? And with financial institutions, we are, how do I call it, regulated, overly regulated. So a typical example is someone from the market who sells. In order for you to be able to keep certain amounts and to be able to justify how you are getting that amount, you need to have certain documentation. And you will agree with me that in Ghana, the number of unregistered business
Okay. Interesting. So she's Sylvia, just for first name basis so that we can relate. She's from UBA, right? So if you want to open an account with UBA, you can see her afterwards. But I'm hearing that you are excited about the fact that tech has entered the financial space because it is easing practice on how we go about our transactions and our day-to-day activities without having to put too much burden on just the banking system as we knew it some 15 or 30 years ago. The question is that, is this enough a driving force? Maybe I'll throw that to some so we can hear your voice for this. Is it enough a driving force to accelerate Ghana's economy? Or are we just tagging along to provide the financial services in technology to allow us to be able to exist and transact? So is the fact that technology is now being used to drive most of our financial transactions and giving us more solutions to transact, is it enough a driving force to accelerate Ghana's economy?
I think it is, because even the traditional banks still utilize a lot of technology. Mm-hmm. Now, majority of the banks are using apps, online platforms, ATMs where you can even go and then withdraw your cash. Mm-hmm. So that's easing a lot of our stress in financial, maybe banking and the rest. When you come to the FinTechs as well, we rely heavily on mobile apps, a heavy integration into majority of the banks as well. So yes, in terms of maybe your business ideas, savings, this can boost the economy as well.
Okay, thank you very much. I did hear you say that we in the fintech space. Please, can you help us understand who you are? Who are the we?
Well, the fintechs is financial technology.
Okay.
So basically, cut down version of your regular bank, your traditional bank. We would assist or help. So basically, we have integrated into a lot of the bank's infrastructure. So you can come to us directly for your banking.
Okay, so let me ask this from a student's point of view. If I remember, I was recently a student. Are you saying that Dosh, the company you belong to, is the one, for example, that is helping to provide the kind of financial solution through the mobile app that MTN is giving us? Or MTN has its own team that is building? They are all fintechs.
Providing whatever value-added services.
So my Absa Bank app, my Momo app from Telecel, from MTN, they are all fintech solutions.
Yes.
Are there any types of solutions besides these? Because we do hear a lot about fintech. It's all around, but is it just the mobile banks?
So, across board, they're all value-added services, like Madam mentioned here.
Okay.
So it's just solely depend on one organization providing you with that particular value-added service. So for us, we are also integrated into insurance. We, on a financial aspect too, we have instruments that will help you with your loans. If you need a loan, we'll provide that for you. That's also a value-added service that other fintechs also provide.
Okay, Ralph, you could help me with this one. As students, what should be our concern? Where is the advantage? What should we be concerning ourselves with the evolution of technologies that are helping to bridge the financial gap as students in a computer science and information technology program?
I think something interesting that you've sort of been intimating is that there's a lot of similarity in the fintech space, or the express pays and the hubtels. You struggle to differentiate between them.
Help
right?
me.
We at Dosh come from a perspective of wanting to innovate in that space and do things a bit differently. So I would say that as a student, when you're trying to, or you're thinking about creating something in the fintech space, try and do something different, right? Everything doesn't have to be the same. right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are wondering, different in what sense? Not to divulge any idea you have already undergone.
But that's for them to come up with. That's their job, to be creative. As opposed to looking at things and saying, I can also do this.
Okay.
Say, I can do this better, I can do something different. Okay. But everything doesn't have to be the same.
Yeah, I do agree with you.
We approached ours from including health insurance into our app. So from our USSD code 915, you can also get your health insurance and pay on a daily basis, right? So for 365 CDs a year, you get coverage of 9,000 CDs for health insurance, which I think is quite different to what you would see from any other FinTech app. Right.
Okay, I want Sylvia to, maybe I'm going to put you on the spot. But say I got a few of my students intern at UBA. What kind of environment, from your experience, does UBA offer that allows students of, like our students, when they come to intern with you, begin to dream big and look at the potential of being able to provide solutions for the bank? I'm asking this because many a time you hear students in their reports for internship to be one of messengers. They were sent to go buy things in the morning, go get water. By the time you realize they've done 6 weeks of internship and then they are wondering why they were asked to go do internships in the first place. So I'm wondering, is there anything UBA or DOSH can offer in terms of the on-job learning that our students who come for internships do, that you think would better open their minds to the ideas on the solutions you're asking that they should come up with themselves, as compared to just being asked to go and run errands, which may not necessarily allow them to even appreciate their banking space. So I've thrown this to all of you, so you can pick it from any angle you want to go. Well, he says ladies first.
Okay. What I'm coming to say are my opinions and do not reflect the opinion of my current or former employer. So the thing about doing internships, yes, you may be sent, but at the end of the day, you will still sit down. It's your willingness to learn, right? It's your willingness to learn, ask questions, volunteer yourself. Because I've noticed in some situations, some people want to do internship, what they come and do is enjoy the free internet and go.
Okay.
Right? So it's your willingness to learn, it's your willingness to show interest in what is being done. Okay. Because yes, I may send you to go and buy food, but how many food, are you trying to tell me from morning to evening you are buying food? No, and with internships, it depends on capacity. So depending on which department you want to go to, there may be availability or not. So with internship, it's you, the individual, you need to show initiative, you need to show the incentive that, oh, I'm willing to learn, even though I don't know, I'm willing to research, and then ask the right questions. Because definitely, if you come to my department, for instance, I have a lot of work, you will do. So it's your ability to learn, and then your willingness to, even if you don't know, ask questions. We'll definitely answer. We won't say we won't answer. And sometimes it's not that we don't want to give you work. There's some data that's sensitive. Okay. You're not a permanent employee.
Sure.
So I can make that available to you. So the work that I'll make available to you, you work on it. Sometimes I may even give you work to do slides. And you're supposed to look at certain current relevant frameworks that we work with, which may not necessarily be taught to you at school, because school is supposed to help you to develop a structured way of thinking. It's supposed to help you know how to do research. It's supposed to help you, may I say, critical thinking. Yeah. Not everything will be taught to you by your professors, but the fundamentals and the basics will definitely be covered.
Interesting. Thank you very much. Okay, Sam.
So DOSH is youth empowering. If you are coming for an internship, we'll look at your particular skill. So in this time, you are saying you are computer sciences. So you study some programming, database. We would highly utilize your skill and then put you at a place where you can assist us. We are open to suggestions to our app. If you are able to develop something, we would look at that and then bring you on board.
I hope you're noting that down. If you didn't, I'll let him repeat. He says,
so if you have a particular skill in the computer science you are studying, you can apply and then we'll pick it up from there.
That's good to hear. I didn't get opportunities of this sort when I was in school, so I'm hoping you take advantage of this. Maybe I'll do a last round of questions. I'll start with Dosh. What has been your experience with the regulator when it comes to trying to be innovative? Before we come to the financial side, we want to hear from you. What has been the experience with the regulator when it comes to trying to build?
We're fully licensed in everything that we do.
Yeah, no.
So,
I mean from the angle where is it an easy thing when you are being innovative?
I wouldn't say it's easy. I'll say it's stringent, but rightfully so, because we're entering into spaces that are quite sensitive, right? Mm-hmm. You're dealing with people's money, you're dealing with people's healthcare and things like that. So it's understandable. Sure. But at the same time, I also think it's important for regulators to try and make the process as easy as possible, especially when we're dealing with a younger generation of upcoming developers and stuff.
Okay, I'll put a twist to it when it comes to Sylvia. How trusting are you of these solutions that spring up from technology when it comes to the financial transactions? So I want to know from her perspective, from the banking perspective, how trusting are they? Because like you rightly said, we are entering a space with a tech solution, and then the regulator is being stringent in its measures to make sure that everything it goes smoothly. So I'm asking them from the banking perspective, how trusting are they of these solutions, or how do they go about swallowing some of these solutions that we end up innovating?
Okay, so we are, as banks, are the back end, or may I say, the settlement banks for fintechs. Because at the end of the day, if you use Dosh, the money is subtracted by a financial institution and it is recorded as a financial institution. Okay. We as banks, when it comes to third parties like the fintechs, we always ensure that we conduct enhanced due diligence on them to ensure that the public who is going to consume their services will be safe. So a typical example is I will look at their kind of security practices that they have. Compliance will also do a detailed background checks on the founders of the company, as well as assess their financials to see that yes, it's a feasible company and they are making the money they said they are bringing in. Okay. And on top of it, we'll be a settlement bank, so it's more or less we hold the money. So should there be any issue with the regulator, all they have to do is, contact the bank with the requisite subpoenas and warrants, and then that will be also checked. So for third parties, we check the security of their systems, that they have the adequate personnel to indeed manage that, as well as relevant audits on governance practices with them. So we always ensure that we do that and have a detailed due diligence report on them, looking at the compliance, financials, as well as the technology aspects. So we as banks are always on alert for that. And then we even monitor for suspicious transactions, and we'll be like, young man or woman, these transactions are suspicious. Can you defend how you are getting them? Okay. And then with them also there's always a minimum amount that they are required as deposits depending on the transactions. These are obviously required by the Bank of Ghana, so we make sure those requirements are met.
Okay, thank you very much. I would want them to do this for me in giving us their, for want of a better word, last words. I think that besides your first names, my intuition tells me to give us your full profile to allow them to appreciate exactly who you are, because they only know you to be a banker, they only know you to be a Dosh and in Dosh. And after that, any last words that you may have for us, you would kindly add that. So give us your full name, your full profile, as in who you are in the institution that you've mentioned. We only know you to be Dosh and UBA. Then if you have any last words for us, you can add that to it before we move on to the next session. So I don't know how you want to go, ladies first or gentlemen first? Ladies first. Okay, so let's start.
Okay, so my name is Sylvia Sedo. I'm the Chief Information Security Officer for United Bank for Africa, Africa's global bank. I'm in charge of ensuring that the security of information is always kept optimist, basically both internally and externally. And with regards to issues on data privacy as well, I'm the one responsible for that. Thank you.
Oh, that's great. A round, please. She's a big woman.
My name is Samuel Mosrich. I'm a database engineer. I also did computer science like you all did. So I'm on Dosh's back end, integrating with other platforms requiring their database. So that's basically it.
Okay. Do you have any last words for us?
Technology is the future, so I believe you're in the right course. Just stick to a particular profession, as in a particular program. If it's networking, I think you should master it to the end. If it's database, I think you should master it to the end. If you're doing programming, see where the programs are heading. Maybe it's React, study that for the front end. Back end, you have your SQLs. So just be diligent and specific in what you want to master in.
All right, thank you very much. So, Ralph, your full profile and then your last words for us.
My name's Raul Didiego Braco. I'm the Director of Marketing and Learning and Development at Dosh.
Okay. Any last words for us?
I would just say that it's very important to focus, to stay humble, to innovate. You guys are the future of this nation, and the future is bright, so stay focused. I think Ghana has enough luxury apartments, nightclubs, restaurants. I'm interested to see the innovations that you guys come up with. So.
Okay, thank you very much. Then we'll pick the last words from Sylvia. You only introduce yourself, so your last words, then we move on to the next.
Okay, so for my last words is that we as human beings in this world are here to solve a problem. And in establishing a FinTech, it's more or less you are solving a problem through a digital means. So what I would say is that, yes, get the skills, get the mastery, but you're young, you're in school, you have the incubator, experiment. Experiment. If it's an idea you believe can be digitized, experiment. And then remember, one person cannot solve all the solutions of this world. You are young, you have your colleagues or friends around you with the same passion. Join groups, experiment. If you experiment and it is financially viable, you have lecturers who would be very happy to handhold you and take you through a process to get it actualized. So the world is vast. Any problem you believe you can digitize and people will be willing to give you a premium for it, be willing to experiment. If it fails, you have the failure and you can use that to experiment once more.
Thank you very much.
That's all I have to say.
Okay, so we'll continue clapping whilst we allow our panelists to take their seats. We appreciate their time, their advice, and then their responses to our questions. Let's keep clapping whilst they take their seats. So Sylvia, Sam, Ralph, thank you so much for being here, first of all, because we know you're very busy people, and then having our time and giving us opportunities. Thank you very, very, very much. Okay, so we are moving on straight into the last bit of today's meeting. I promise you we will not keep you too long because we've been here early. We are jumping into the hackathon phase. To do that, I'm not worthy to give us a breakdown of that. So at this point in time, I would want to invite to the podium Dr. Alvin Kwabena to come and give us a walkthrough of what's about to happen in this phase. And then we would use that as the climax of this year's DSRA. So whilst he's coming, please, a round of applause.
Hello, good morning to you all. All protocols observed. I'm standing on existing protocols. So, thank you all for honoring the invitation to come and help us. It shows that you believe in us and you have a lot to do for us. I don't know what to say or how to thank you all. I mean, a lot has been said, and I'm very excited because I might not have had this opportunity, right? There is a saying that it's not who you know, because we all know people. It's who knows you, because the people that know you could call you and give you contracts. We have the opportunity of having the Pro VC, we have Professor Ankomah, we have the HOD, we have, the CISO for UBA. What I would say is, let's sell ourselves. It's interesting, and the world doesn't just resolve in learning to program or learning to do networking. We need to find a way to make it useful, make the world a better place. Let's see the ideas that we have become the next big thing. Look around us. Everything that moves around us now that makes things efficient, like right now, we're streaming on YouTube, it's technology. How is that happening? And you have fabulous ideas. I would say, because we have limited time, we've selected 5. I would want to tell you that I have confidence in all the 27 people that, availed yourself to demonstrate your projects. But for lack of time, right, we just picked 5. Don't be demoralized. Don't think because you don't have the stage today, it means we don't believe in what you have to offer. I believe more in you that didn't have the opportunity to come and present today because maybe you had limited time to prepare for this, okay? And everything that you want to do, that you love, that you want to do so well, it takes time. The few of you that have the opportunity to present, note that you are demonstrating our collective strengths, right? It's not just about you. Whatever you do here shows what we as a faculty have taught or instilled in you. I know for the presentations, we are giving you 5 minutes, and then you have 5 minutes questioning. You have prepared well for this. During your training, you had 1 minute run time for everything you did. Now I'm making it 2 minutes for you because we would allow 8 minutes, so 3 minutes of your presentation would go into feedback from, everyone here. So you would have 8 minutes and you don't eat into anybody's time. So MC, please, I'm varying the program outline. Instead of you having 5 minutes, I drill them on 1 minute pitch. If you can't sell it in 1 minute, then we would have to, sorry. Okay, so the MC just told me now that it is 5 minutes you have, but I'll still say he's not aware that I told you you have just 1 minute. So impress him and don't disappoint me. I'm giving you 2 minutes run time, and then you would have 8 minutes. Ralph, I know I asked you and all the audience to just drill them for 5 minutes, but we would open it up for 8 minutes. Thank you, and I hope you agree with me. Okay. So, just a minute. The phone is locked. The phone is locked. Okay. So the teams are ready. I would want to call to stage Safeguard. I'm not going to do your work for you. Within their 2 minutes, I want two of you to come up and sell out your solution. Thank you very much. Safeguard. Why are you not clapping? I understand. You are demoralized because you are not here. You would have your chance. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. My name is Dorothy, and together with my amazing team, DAC, we are excited to be here today to introduce to you something we truly believe. Is the future of FinTech, Safeguard.
So, good afternoon. I am Doku de la Eric, and I would like us to talk about some of the issues that are affecting FinTech. And I would like us to focus on cybersecurity. As we can see on the slides, in 2025, during the first quarter, Ghana has accrued some losses of 4.4 million Ghana cedis. Last year, during that same time period, it was just 2.4. So that is almost double. But as we sit here, I see us all as very learned human beings. We will not fall for scams. Hello, Chairman, Paucho, we wouldn't. But then let's think about the ordinary Ghanaian, because if Ghanaians were just us, that number wouldn't be doubled. So what my team and I have come up with is Safeguard. Now, what you can ask yourself, what is Safeguard? Safeguard is an AI model and assistant that is going to be integrated into computer systems to help users detect, avoid, and report scams. It's really something that's it's really big. It's really big in the sense that it's not a standalone app. It's going to be integrated into the computer system, so it has access to all the apps on the system that you have. So, for example, someone can ask themselves, but what if the problem is just from the FinTech app or it's just from the communication app? For example, you go somewhere and you need to pay something. You're going to use your camera to scan a QR code to transact business. Under normal circumstances, it wouldn't occur to you that I can be frauded just through using my camera. But with the absence of a standalone app, with the model being implemented directly onto your operating system, it then scans through all the apps in the background and realizes that, no, what you're about to do, you're about to transact money. So let me just look through what you're about to do. And so some of the key features include community reporting and continuous learning. Since it's an AI model, there are going to be features that allow users to report, and when they do reports and scams are found out to be true, the model then learns, incorporates them, and updates itself as it goes on. There is also the real-time detection. where the AI can then look through all your transactions, look through all the apps, as I mentioned earlier, to be able to identify which of them are potential scams, which of them are not. And there are many more features, but because of time, I would like to just talk about how the users and the institutions from this can benefit from this. On the user side, there's going to be reduced financial pressure on you because you are now safe within yourself that I have a model deep within me, deep within my phone that is doing all the necessary calculations, that is doing all the necessary checks and balances to make sure that I am safe. On the institution side, it's going to improve customer trust and reliability, and through word of mouth, you are able to gain a bigger market. There are many more, but I would like to end it here. This is Team DAC. I am the Klubiadala Eric, as she rightly introduced herself. She is Courtney Dorothy. We have Konu Louisa up there working on the slides for us, and unfortunately, Adam Simon Opadi couldn't be here for unforeseen circumstances. We are Team DAC. Thank you very much for your time. Please, will there be any questions for us?
Thank you very much. And now I would want to open the floor to any of you. Maybe I'll start with Dosh. If you have questions, we will send you. Give the mic to them.
Hello. Okay. So I think it's just a lot of generalizing. Can you give me an end-to-end specific solution to the app?
An end-to-end specific solution to the app?
Yes, from clients to FinTech to the app.
Okay. So when it is installed on my phone, for example, I use my phone, I install Safeguard, I will then allow it access throughout the system. So
What
it's
system?
my phone system.
I think your phone, locally.
Yes, please.
Okay.
So there is a model it works with online that is continuously learning. So as it has access to all the apps on my phone through the background, it's able to check for any potential scams through maybe very fishy website links, USSDs that don't match, agent names that don't match, certain calls you make through natural language processing is able to identify certain keywords. And then when it alerts me, there's going to be a one-tap feature that can report to either the bank, the telco, the FinTech app that you are using, or generally even the websites that you are on. Maybe there was a fake identity on that website. So with that one-tap alert, you can send out multiple reports to all the various stakeholders involved.
Okay, so AI, you need to feed it data.
Yes, please.
Where's the database?
The database.
How are you training it? What information are you giving it?
So we will need to engage with stakeholders such as the telcos, the banks, the FinTech companies to be able to get their databases on past scams, past identity theft reports, so that the model will be able to learn from it and be able to correctly identify what is a scam and what isn't a scam.
But usually these are sensitive data, so I don't think they would allow you access.
Yes, so if we are able to get a very small data set and then show how useful this app can be, I know that it will be very convincing to the necessary stakeholders.
You know how we already are skeptical about allowing apps access to all our apps on our phones. So what's your work around that?
So there's going to be a selective.
And would the banks allow your app access to their platform?
That is why it's going to be, there's going to not only it's not only a user-centered app, it's also going to be collaboration with the companies. If you do not allow us to have access to your records, or you do not want your app to be monitored by our system, we do not have a problem. But then as time goes on, as other competitors move onto it and their customer feedback generally increases, I mean, our work will speak for us.
Thank you very much, Dosh. I heard you all, or I heard you querying them about security. So I would want to ask UBA Sylvia, since she is into that. Do you have any questions for them? Sorry. Any of you can answer.
Congrats, Team Dark.
Thank you.
It's quite an interesting solution you have, because it's more or less going to sit on an app. Most of the questions I wanted to know, you've already answered in terms of where is the analytics going to be happening. But I wanted to know how you'll be getting the data for the site reputation management.
The
Site reputation management, because aside the numbers and the mobile money issues, you also spoke about, what's it called, going to sites, etc. How exactly are you doing that? And is it going to be signature based, or is it going to do some level of behavioral monitoring?
There is going to be natural language processing and behavioral model attached to the system to enable it to continuously learn. And there's also going to be community features that allow users who have had past experiences to report. Yes, okay. And that will feed the system and it will also learn.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so that's interesting. I would say I'm enlightened about the kind of questions you're asking them, but then I have a question to ask. Dosh, UBA, or I'll first speak to Dosh. Given what they've said, what do you think you can give to them? Yes, what do you think you can do to support their idea or their pitch?
I think it should be more customer focused.
Okay.
It should be created towards the end users.
Okay.
More so than the fintechs, because we do also have our back-end safeguards.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it should be geared towards the user than the fintechs.
Okay. Thank you very much. Sylvia.
Okay, it's quite an interesting solution. Yes, we do have more established reputation management systems, but I think it's good that they started. And yes, there are many business modules that could be discussed after. But I would really love to see the solution in action. And I believe aside the integration, maybe it can be made into a sandbox so that one can implement internally into their system, so that it's not necessarily a standalone. It's quite an innovative approach, and I would love to see it in action later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So thank you. I want to give them a chance to say one thing. What would you need from them, both of them? What do you think you need from them? Now you've been exposed, like I said. We brought you closer to them. They have the experience. What one thing would you ask of them? You just tell them what you would want from them.
All we need is just a sample of data around and surrounding scams and identities and fraudulent activities. That is all we request, so that we can train the model, and then from there, when we test run it and we send it out, the results will speak for themselves. That's what we ask for. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have my comments, but I'll say it after. Thank you. You can take your seats. So, I believe you are scoring them. Anyway, so I'll call Save Invest.
Good morning to you all. I'm from Team Save Invest Ghana. My name is Agodereki. We are here to present to you Save Invest Ghana. As you all know, most of us want to save to reach a financial goal, or maybe you want to save to purchase the nicest item in the market. For others, saving is a means to make an investment. People invest in other businesses to gain profits, and those profits are used to attain their financial goals. What Save Invest is providing to you is an all-in-one platform where you can save, learn literacy skills about financial literacy, and also make the best investment option based on the tools we have available for you. On the market right now, there is no all-in-one platform for saving and investment, but Save Invest provides that for you. In addition, we also provide for you goal tracking, which will help you to be able to plan and also to be able to save efficiently. In addition to that, we provide guides and lifelines for individuals with low financial literacy to be able to make the best financial decisions in their lifetime. We also use AI system into our investment options to choose the best investment for our customers at a low and limited price. Our motive is to target the young youth and also the old, also for small scale businesses, also planning to go for big companies who want to invest in different kind of people or organizations or small scale places. I'll now hand over to my teammate to take you through the rest.
Okay, my name is James Bento, and I'll be taking it off from where he left off. So this application we are trying to build is a first of its kind in Ghana. There is no other application that does that. And first of all, we are creating a unified market access where all the Ghanaian stock markets will be integrated on the same application for our users to be able to know what is happening in the stock market. We also have a structured process where there will be goal setting for our users, where the users can be able to create their goals to get a number of or amount they want in their saving journey. Also, we have the education, investor education, where we have our built-in AI, which will teach them how to save and also how to invest. Okay, so for our business model, we would have a premium subscription, which has advanced tools and analytics for a paltry sum of money. We also have a free subscription, which gives a limited access to our AI model that we have trained. And we have the broker commissions, where we would have brokers on the application who would help users to be able to invest in very good stock options. We also, on our roadmap, we will try to launch our MVP within the first 6 months with 3 to 5 brokers on the application. And we will try to expand it to the universities, workplace, and also the people in the diaspora should be able to know about the stock market in this country and be able to invest in the Ghanaian stock exchange market. And we'll also, as time goes on, we'll scale our application to have more brokers on the application and also scale across West Africa. We are targeting over 10,000 users on the platform by the first half of the year. So we have a project lead who is a FinTech strategist, and we also have other people on the team, and we also have the group of students of the University of Ghana who are helping us on this. In closing this presentation, Save Invest Ghana is not just a platform, but it is a community where people get to learn how to save, how to invest, and earn their way financially. Thank you.
That sounds very interesting. Looks like we have a way to make money. I'm impressed. Anyway, Ralph, please, do you have any questions for them?
Hello. I have a couple of questions. What percentage of Ghanaians actually invest in the stock market here?
Actually, that's a very low percentage, but we are wanting to take it from savings, since most people actually invested in that. Most wants to save to reach a financial point. So in savings, then we give them the concept of investment also. So they're not just keeping your money at a standard rate for a long period of time. Let that money increase in value as time goes on.
All right, so from what you're saying, there's a need to educate.
Yes.
So what I want to understand is what your plan is to educate people from saying, okay, you're now saving, but you should be investing.
Yes. Even the concept of investing is also more rapid nowadays, because due to the financial situations, people don't want just to stash their money away inside their closets. Now they want the money to increase in value, which makes the concept of investment suitable to them. To do that, we must educate them. So our platform is able to reach out to first starting the youth, who are much more knowledgeable, then spreading out to the older generation.
All right. Have you guys made any inroads in terms of the licenses that you would require in order to be able to run this application?
Yeah. Licensing is very important. We have the Ghana Stock Exchange, which manages most of the exchanges done on the stock market in Ghana. So in this case, we have to partner or have accreditation from the Ghana Stock Exchange, partner with banks and brokerages, and such that we have all of them inclusive in one place for the user.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Sylvia, do you have any questions for them?
Hi.
Hello.
So I noticed that in your last page, in terms of the team, you just wrote CTO and then what the person does. We didn't see names. And in terms of the brokerage advisory, it's a nice concept, and I think it's quite relevant, because I think currently the only share I can buy through USSD is, I think, an NTN share. So it's quite nice that you have an app to help with that. But I think the question I would want to ask is, in terms of brokerage fees, what is the business model behind it? Are you going to partner with a brokerage, or are you looking at doing a standalone and getting your own licensing?
Okay.
What's your business model?
Thank you for the question. So we are going to partner with the various stockbrokers in the country. That is why in our slides we said for our minimum viable product, we will start with 3 to 5 brokers on our platform. So the partnership will enable us to move forward.
Which brokerage firm have you spoken to?
We are currently still brainstorming at this.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't expect that coming from Sylvia. But anyway, that's very good. So now, I would want to ask you again, what do you have for them, Dosh? And what do you have for them, Sylvia, UBA? Dosh. Do you have any advice for them?
I think the main advice is what Sylvia said. There seems to be a lot of work to do in terms of aligning with brokers and such.
Okay. Sylvia, aside that, do you have something else to advise them on?
Okay, so in terms of innovative, yes, it's innovative, and I think it solves a problem, especially if they are able to provide a unified interface. That will be great, and I'm sure Ghana Stock Exchange will be happy. There'll be a lot more activities in terms of buying and selling. So I think it's an innovative product, and I think let's talk back end.
Okay. Wait. So at this point, do you have anything to ask the industry experts? Just one.
since you are from the FinTech background, what we would like to ask from you is from your insight in the workings of the investment segment, and also how the transactions go on, since even though it's an investment firm, you will surely have to need the parts of the banks to do your transaction in day, in out. So we would like a partnership to learn from the banks and also from your FinTech companies. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Save Invest, you can have your seats. So, we are almost halfway through. We have 3 more groups and we are done. I would want to call Adam X. Adam X. Oh, let's clap for them.
Distinguished Chairman, members of the province, honored Provost, respected Dean, Head of Department, esteemed professors and lecturers, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. We present to you an innovation that bridges the gap between academia and industry. Most of us here have found it difficult most of us here struggled in finding places to intern, and I can say other industries also found it difficult to find interns for their organizations. So here, every year, thousands of students search for internship opportunities with no clarity, sending out dozens of applications and hearing nothing back. On the other side, companies are drowning in unstructured emails and CVs, struggling to find the right candidates. That's why we bring to you Interlink. So our solution here is a platform that connects industries with interns, those who are searching for places to interns.
All right. Good. Solutions. The platform lets students apply and get real-time status tracking. Smart dashboard for companies to manage and respond quickly. Streamlined, transparent, feedback-driven. Next slide. Now, here is the magic. AI-powered advantage. This is what actually sets Interlink apart from the other job searching applications out there or internship searching applications out there. We have artificial intelligence built deep in our system. This is what it does. So AI matching students to roles based on skills, goals, and background. Instantly ranks applicants for recruiters. Now, you see, when you send interns, send dozens of mails and messages to companies and then waiting for all this time for them to respond, not getting any feedback, it's all tiring. But then with this, the AI instantly ranks the applicant for the recruiters and summarize CVs and auto-generate feedback reports. Saves time, boosts accuracy, and enhance engagement. Now, these are the key features at a glance. For students, profile building, internship search, startup tracking, AI interview training before your main interview. For companies, post roles, AI rank applicant, one-click response, insight dashboards. A bright future for Ghana. Join the mission. We are seeking partners, universities, and early adopters. Help us redefine internship hiring with clarity, speed, and smart technology. Thank you.
We have a video to demonstrate how we would like the app to work.
I'll give you 20 seconds to run your video. Okay, while we wait for the video, Ralph, please, do you have any questions for them? No. Sylvia, do you have any questions for them? No. Do you know the very interesting thing? It's one of two things. Either you nailed it, you have the niche everybody's thinking about, or I don't want to say the or. Do you understand? Okay. So, thank you very much. Do you have anything to ask the experts? One.
All right. We would love to have a mentorship and guidance, because this is something very new, something very creative we are thinking about, and then we need mentorship to help us move forward and press on. Thank you.
Yeah, take your laptop. Thank you very much. We invite the last but one. I know most of us would want to get back to other activities. So we have just the last but one, Team Excellence.
Good. Wow, I look good on camera. Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bright Habada, and this is Team Excellence. This is Fuseni Iyad. And we worked on a project called P-Levy. P-Levy. I'm sure most of you, the second part of the word might be alarming for you, or it can either be a negative or like positive thing for some of you. So the full meaning of P-Levy is personal finance levy. So it's literally the e-levy brought back, but then now grows your money for you. Next slide. Okay, so this is Kweku Menu. He struggles with investments. So he's just like a normal student like most of you. And he has been to like so many seminars about investments and savings. But he has been struggling because of, number one, behavioral inertia. It's a cultural problem in Ghana when it comes to like saving and investments. A lot of people don't save. So teaching people is even a hard thing. That moves me to the second point, financial literacy. If you're here and you're a student like Menu and invest, can you not see your hands up? Yeah, no one. That's a big problem. So, the next slide. What insights are we getting from this? So from the e-levy initiative that came in 2022, and from the problem from Kweku Menu, why not make every transaction a step forward toward, every mobile money transaction a step forward toward financial freedom? So another thing is Ghanaians are already used to small transaction fees. From 2022 to 2024, we've been seeing like deductions every single time we make money. So we're already used to it. So why not flip the script and deduct the small amounts, but for our savings and investments? So I'll show you how this actually works. So it simply automates. So we build the app, and this P-Levy on the onboarding stage. So you sign in on the onboarding stage. So what happens is you connect your name and everything, you connect your Momo wallet, and you choose a percentage you want to tax yourself. So basically 1%, 2% to 5%. And as you can see there, that is Kweku Menu now signing in. And right now he has 0 CDs there. So it's literally an overlay of your mobile money app. So every time you make a transaction, what happens is we take a percentage and invest it into any investment platform you want to, any stock you want to invest in, or save it for you. The third feature is a lock. So maybe you want to lock your money for some time. So it's doing this all using your subconscious. You are not actually like programming your mind to actually do all of this. So at the end of the year, you probably have like 3,000 CDs in investments without putting in so much effort. So our target users are young professionals, market traders using Momo daily, students and NSS personnel, freelancers and informal sector workers. So this is how our business or revenue models work. So we'll take small asset management fee. So right now we are looking at taking 0.3% annually on the funds invested. So let's say after Kweku Menu makes 17,000 CDs because he makes so many transactions, we take 0.3% of that annually. And another one is we are looking at partnering with banks, fintechs, and mobile providers to actually be an API or an SDK in their mobile applications. And we're also looking at other affiliate revenue from financial, education content, or third-party products. So our vision is to transform the past E-Levy experience into an opportunity for Ghanaians and make saving frictionless and inevitable for 10 million Ghanaians. Thank you very much.
That sounds interesting. If any time I send money to my grandmother in the village, I'm saving something subconsciously, effortlessly, I think I'll become rich. Isn't that it? You believe so? I believe that too. Anyway, Dosh, please, do you have any questions for them?
I don't have any questions. I will say that that was a very good pitch. And I think the idea of turning the headache that was E-Levy into something that's beneficial for all of us is a very good idea.
Thank you. Sylvia, okay. So, do you have anything to ask of them?
Thank you very much for your response. The first thing I would ask for is prayers, because we need it right now. And the second thing is an incubator-like system, because we like to collaborate with a lot of the ideas that we have here and build something that the world gets to use and a lot of people get to see and call it a UG product. Thank you very much.
Even the mic is excited and the mic wants to, you know how they were here and the mic was being clapping for them. I would want to see that happen and I'll be proud to brag that yes, I know these people, they pitched it to us. Anyway, don't give up the dream. Most people just take it as academic project works. I don't want you to. I would want the last team to come. The last team. Can we clap for them? I know we are tired, but this is the last team and we are done.
Good afternoon to everyone. I'm George Samuel, and I'm here with my colleague Brian, and we are Team FB. So, do you know that there are over 70% of smaller companies in Africa that are not being invested? There are a lot of unlisted companies. And why is it so? This is because of visibility. In fact, there are a lot of people who actually want to invest into these smaller companies, but then where can they see them? And then second, how or the method they are going to use to evaluate these smaller companies in order to trust them, whether to invest in them or not, is also a problem. Then we can also talk about them missing these opportunities. Since they are not able to go into invest in them, these companies are not able to grow. And on the side of the companies too, yeah, they also face the problem of visibility. They're also not being seen by these big investors. And then this actually creates a whole lot of problems to them. They also lack some financial records. You know, before you can be invested into, they're actually going to search your history, your records about your finances. Then we can also talk about their lack of finance. That's, they don't have the money to actually invest in their companies. I know most of us here are having projects that are sitting on our laptops here. And we are wishing that one day we are going to get a better person to actually invest in the ideas that we are having around. And that's where we come in. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Unlisted, an AI platform that's actually going to evaluate, it to actually price, and then open up these opportunities, investment opportunities for these smaller companies. So this is what the platform is going to do. First of all, because it's AI powered, it's going to take care of the evaluation. The smaller companies are going to upload their data onto the platform, and then the AI will evaluate them and give them a share price. Then the banks too, our bank people here, you are not left out. We are going to need your assistance with some of your banking to support us. And when all this is done, our users can actually find and then invest in the companies they believe.
So yes, this is Unlisted, a UG product built by Africa and for Africa. If you realize in Africa's business or economy, more than 70% of businesses are informal. That is, they are unlisted and they are not on the stock exchange. So how do investors like we, or people who have little source of income and want to maximize profits, they come to Unlisted, our AI platform. Now, you can visit this site and have a walk through the website, which is our front-end interface for the project. This website, on the homepage, you can view all what Unlisted is about. Unlisted profiles companies for every user and subscribers, such that investors can have easy access to it. Through the homepage and onboarding, we have many other company listings, and it creates a good place for you to come in, invest, and have impact. Demo video, please. So yes, this is a walk through our website. If you're unable to scan it, you could just watch the screen as I walk through. I search for a company, Accra Foods. This is a company that has been profiled. All the details are available and could be easily downloaded or exported from the platform to a subscriber, of course. If you become interested, you can then list your company by providing all relevant information. The forms you see on the website are not solely restricted, because this application is built with users in mind, with businesses in mind. And so we have conversational agents that can also be deployed elsewhere to extract information from business agents. This is how you list your company. Those are the 3 steps, and in the all you have Unlisted, AI-powered valuation for unlisted companies. Thank you.
Are you not excited? They might be the last group presenting, but I know because I saw yesterday a whole lot of ideas. What I'll plead with the head of department and the university administration and all those capable here is we could make more of such programs, and that is how we would get our
Unlisted.
Our unlisted listed. Our unlisted projects listed anyway. Ralph, please, do you have anything to advise them?
Not advice, but just a quick question. You were talking about using banking tools, but you didn't specify what those banking tools were. So.
Can you answer?
So Unlisted is trying to bring in unlisted companies on board. If you observe, you realize those companies are not on the stock exchange because they don't have all the financial records or backings to be on it. So you have to rely on our system. But then our system will also take trust from our bankers during the evaluation. All information the bankers could provide will assist in this process for accurately evaluating the company. Thank you.
UBA, do you have any advice for them?
Okay, so with regards to the onboarding process, how are you verifying the companies? Because yes, I understand, I want to see how AI will help you here, because it will require a lot of legwork. And with unlisted companies, the risk is quite high. So from a risk management perspective, how are you selling this to me?
So, yes, this is a major concern for the project. So the main idea is to gather as much information we can. From the company's current web presence to what they are currently doing at their office space, we gather information from them. If they don't have information online, this problem is handled because we have a conversational AI agent that can interact with you or anybody that works in your company to acquire good information for it. Now this information goes on, so it's a multi-AI agent system. This information goes on to a compliance agent that does the checks and verifications to ensure or prove to you that this is the backing behind our evaluation. That's why we have a detailed profile of companies after the evaluation is done. Not just a score for you to watch on your screen, but in details for you to make your decision to invest. Thank you. Please, you have...
Thank you very much. I don't want to comment because it will sound like I'm being biased, right? And I don't want to give the judges any ideas. But this means nothing. I would love to see most of our unlisted projects listed the next time. And if you didn't get a chance to present, you should know that it's because of our attitude. I have that same problem. That's why I say your attitude, our attitude. If we are time conscious, maybe we can do it for 20 projects, but we started very late, but we can't close very late because other appointments our dignitaries have will be affected. So I know most of you, I am really enjoying it. It's an eye-opener, and most of you will want to hear more projects. It will give you ideas. So next time, maybe we start at 8, we would be able to present more because there are a lot more projects. But they are the last. I don't mean they are the last. They are the last on the list of those presenting. So I would want to find out from them if they have anything to ask the industry experts.
So we would like to be mentored properly on how to implement this project at a very large scale. As you listened, our target market is Africa, and 2 human beings, we don't make up Africa, we all do. So mentorship from the judges we have here today and our fellow students as well could help us improve this project. Thank you.
See why I'm smiling? Because I think they are thinking like I'm thinking. Kindly help us. When we were reaching out to the industry, part of the negotiation was they should kindly give us internship opportunities. And I would say the program, most of the industry experts we reached out to were excited, and they all agreed to allow us have internship programs with them, especially Dutch. And then there is also Express Pay. I would want to acknowledge them by Express Pay. Are you around? Okay, so the management team at Express Pay agreed without conditions to allow some of us take internships with them. The marketing lead is here. Do you mind coming through too? Anyway, so we are improvising while the judges they sent me a message that they would have loved to say you all won. But at the end of the day, I asked them to pick one. So while they put their heads together and decide which project, it doesn't mean that project is the only workable one. It means, given the conditions and what we are doing today, that project stands out only for today. I'm saying only for today because some years back, I did a pitch like this with MIT entrepreneurship program. And I don't know, but before I ended, they asked me, where do I see myself 5 years from here? I said, I see myself to be that businessman that gets what he wants or expects from what he delivers. I just said it. I mean, that was it. I believed it, but I didn't know how it would turn around. I won't go any further. But what I'll say is, some of these programs, I believe in it because I've done it before, and I know how it impacted and how it shaped my thought process. And I would plead again because we have a lot of decision makers here to let us make this standard within a computer science department, even if we don't have external experts coming in. It should be part of our program so that we build confidence and then we get some of our projects out. So I have here Teddy from Express Pay. He's representing the marketing. Yeah. Make them know quick, like assure me that you can give us some
information. Yeah. Good afternoon, honorable guests and ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here with the brilliant minds of the computer science department. We've witnessed the innovation and then the display of convenience and reliability in the presentations that were done. I'm excited to share that ExpressPay is offering internship opportunities to the winners of the program. We believe in the future with talents like yours, innovative, driven, and ready to solve everyday problems. At ExpressPay, what we try to do is to solve everyday problems, interoperability, Momo to bank, bank to Momo, bank to bank, pay your insurance at your convenience, pay your TV subscriptions, buy airtime, pay your Ghana water bills, all on one app. You have all your wallets, whether it's MTN, Vodafone, Telecel, Airtel Tigo, everything is there, MasterCard, Visa card, everything on one platform. That is what we try to do. So, congratulations in advance to the winners and to everyone here who participated. Keep building. The future needs FinTech and it needs you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would want to call our HOD to come up and please come. Anyway, please come up. So this is not part, but I want the HOD to make a commitment to the department that he's going to ensure that this is something that would continue. At least we can have 10 runs of this. Not to bust his bad balls, but let me tell you something. So, I'm a product of the department, and I feel embarrassed to say this, but I'm saying this so that you don't feel bad. That I only got to know there is a program like this weekend. And I told my HOD, if I allow it to happen the way it always happens, then most of the students here would also graduate and not know this program has been happening within the department. So I want to cause a change. And I know at least, even if it's 10% of you here now know of this program, and now you know that I didn't know, now I know. I don't want you to become faculties after you graduate before you get to know that the department has been running programs like this. Do you understand me? So I want him to commit to us today. I'm putting him on the spot that this is going to be a normal thing that would continue throughout the year. We will have several runs. So next year, this time, the 5 that would be selected will be those that we are picking from now till 2026. Thank you very much.
Well, very interesting. Dr. Ansa wants a commitment from me. Well, I think it is a good program. If you compare this one to the previous ones that we have been doing in our small corner, people don't even see what we do. In most situations, we publish some publications on the wall for people to see. And then we also showcase some activities that we do at the department, mostly software applications. And so this one is a different one because it is good that we are all here at such a big facility and we are sharing ideas. It is refreshing to see industrial players here. Our Pro Vice Chancellor has been here ever since. He came early in the morning when there were just a small, amount of our students here. So, yes, since it is a good thing, we are actually learning new things. We are creating the links for the future. It has even given me the opportunity to tell you the vision of the department. That's so important that we want a befitting building for the department. You see, I am repeating these things because that is the focus of the department at the moment. So it's very good. So long as it is going to benefit our students and the department as a whole, why not? We will make it a part of our calendar of activities and then do it annually. Thank you very much.
Not too fast, HOD. Do you know what? I don't know, but I love the fine details in contracts. What he said is we will make it a must to repeat it next year. It's always been repeated. What I want commitment for, because without a commitment it will happen, that we are going to put in programs, let's say 10 different programs that would add up to next year. So next year, this time around, we would pick from the 10 runs to come and pitch to the industry. I'm saying this because I don't want, let's say, the industry watching us, we are streaming live. We have UBA here, we have ExpressPay here, we have DOSH here. I don't want them to go and say, oh, University of Ghana, they didn't do well. I want them to understand that we have a lot of potential. Trust you me. If you don't believe in that, I'm a product of computer science, right? So, given the right wheels, we can do better than you'd expect. And you all came here because you believe in what we can do. So I want him to commit. Prof, your commitment was next year this will happen. Without that commitment, it will still happen. The commitment is that we will have 10 runs before that one. Thank you.
Okay. He wants me to. Is it a promise or what? Commitment. That next year we are going to have a similar program here. Oh, that's okay.
No. This is becoming dramatic. I want you to commit that the department is going to have 10 of such before next year, the grand one where we will invite the industry. So that when I reach out to them, they will know that yes, we mean business.
10 of these programs?
Yes.
10?
The location, not here, even at the department, is going to be part of our programs that we do.
Okay, let me make a small analysis. Which month are we now? July? June, right? Yeah, so this month is totally out. So from July to December, how many months? Is it 7? How many? 6. 6 months. So if we should organize this kind of program 10 times within 6 months, I mean, you see that as a leader, if I make that commitment and it doesn't happen, I don't know how you will take me for. But at least I know that it has a good intention. Okay, probably if we can even do 2 more, and we do it well. Remember, I think I have to tell you, we are planning to also do a fundraising ceremony before the end of the year. So that is also planned underway. I've even told the dean. The dean is aware. Okay, where we are going to invite industrial press. Those who are here, we will call you again. That time on different motive. You come and help us raise funds to build our building. We costed it around $3 million. Kobe, can you hear that? $3 million. So yes, we can do this program again, maybe twice or 3. Yeah, twice is okay. And then there will be the fundraising program at the end of the year. The whole thing is that if we can do it well, that's the most important thing. Okay. So maybe in next year we can organize ourselves well. If we can do say 5 next year, it's okay. It's okay. I think it is the impact that is very significant. I've been here and then I saw the presentations. You have brilliant ideas. The industry are here. We don't know who may be interested in your hot product and create opportunity for you. So Kobe has a good intention, and as a department we are going to do that. Okay. I hope that is okay. I hope that is okay. All right. Dean wants to say something. Partially. Definitely, we are going to do these programs again, but I don't know how many times. But definitely, we will do some of these programs again. Okay. And I hope our colleagues will help me. Thank you very much.
Anyway, you always aim for something high. If you don't get there, you drop somewhere. So I'll take the 2 in good faith. Thank you. Can you clap? Clap. I'm a good negotiator, am I not? Now we have 2. He's committed to 2. Anyway, thank you very much. So let me find out if the judges are ready. Just a minute. So, we are done, and something interesting is happening. The judges said you all did great, so they want to give it to all of you, but we want one. So just give us 2 more minutes while they evaluate 1 or 2 things. Okay, so the decision is we are looking at presentation. They said for presentation, when judges are finding it hard to make a decision, that means you all did great. So clap for yourselves. Okay, so I'll start with the team that did great in terms of presentation. They said all of you had great presentations, but the team that did internship, can you stand up so that we see you? Internship. You were outstanding. Clap for yourselves. Can I clap for them? Okay. And the first run-up is Interlink. Overall, Interlink was the first run-up. Interlink, can you stand up? Interlink. Nice. And for purposes of this limited presentation, and I would love to say, the teams that you are seeing, did this preparation with just 24 hours notice. So I would say, even those that didn't get to present, you've all done great. So clap for yourselves, all of you. And now we know we have 2 rounds. Before the other 2 happen, you have to continue. So if you didn't get shortlisted for today's program, you still have a chance to appear in the next 2 before the grand one next year, 2026, this time around. The overall winner for today, can you guess? I won't allow you to guess because I don't want chaos. It's P-Levy. P-Levy. Come on. So I'm giving P-Levy 1 minute to represent their solution because according to the judges, yes, it's time up. Once they are done, The certificates or the citations will be done at the department. We would round off after they are done. Print. Hey. Anyway, so then I'll call HOD and then Prof to come and close the program. Let's all clap for the dean. He also made time for us. And then Doctor. I'm not clapping, clap. Okay. So after that 1 minute, Prof and then HOD will come in and then, bring the program to a close. Today's program is ending, but the dream doesn't end today. I want you to continue. Keep it up, at least. Thank you very much. We don't have time. 1 minute.
Thank you very much, Prof, for the opportunity once again. And thank you to the judges. This is amazing. Actually, we got the idea just yesterday and started building the app 6 a.m. today. And the presentation started around that same time. So it was good. Then I'll start from the problem and end at the solution. The problem is a lot of youth in the country are don't find investments to be easy. Investment and saving to be easy. So we wanted to find a way to do it subconscious. And we've seen that with time, E-Levy has grown on to us. And we are somewhat okay with the deductions that happen when we send money. So we're thinking of using this as an advantage instead of a disadvantage. So the whole idea P-Levy, which is your personal finance levy, actually does those deductions. So a percentage, which in our app is 0.2% to 5%. And every time you make a transaction, saves and invests your money for you. And I believe this is a beautiful idea, and hopefully you see it on your apps soon. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for today's program. At the beginning, I thought we wouldn't see such a large number of our students here, but you have done well. This shows that you want something like this to happen more often. And I promise you that we are going to make that happen. To our industrial players, we thank you very much. The time was very short. It was very short. I learned that it was not within a day. And then you have been able to join us to celebrate this day. We thank you so much. Our Prof VC is here. I think he has a word or two. Our Dean is also here.
Okay. Thank you very much, HOD, and junior colleagues, congratulations. As a university, this is the direction that we want to go, innovation. What Dr. Ansa challenged the head of department with, we in management, we are open. It's up to the department to come forward. The Director for Research and Innovation currently runs a pitching competition in partnership with Imperial College. So if the department wants us to put this on the university calendar, we are happy. But the department has to do the groundwork for us to put it on the calendar. For the past 3-4 years, we have a student ventureship support program with Imperial College. And every year we've been having this pitch. Last year we had KNUST and University of Cape Coast joining University of Ghana. This year we are adding UDS, so there will be 4 universities competing. I think the call is over. I don't know whether computer science students applied. But the condition for the university-wide one is a team of no more than 4, but you should come from different disciplines. This was a case where you had only computer science students, and I'm challenging the department that from this level, try and get your colleagues in other disciplines to join. You are talking about business. When I was sitting here, I was wondering whether you are convincing me, if I'm a businessman, to put money into what you are doing. So thinking in your room and programming is one thing, and also a businessman coming to buy the idea is another thing. You can have the best of the ideas. If you don't present it and you don't make a very good business case, you sit in your room. Okay, so I was telling the head of department that yes, the ideas are fine, but going to the rest of the world is not only computer science. I mean, if you want to form a company like Dodge, you cannot do that alone. You need a businessman. I mean, you see the director for marketing, and who even understands what you are doing, okay? And he came with somebody who is into deep dive into the computer science. So you should have that blend, okay? And convince us that this is something that an investor should put in. So I encourage the department to get to the director for research and innovation so that we add it to our calendar of events. Today you looked at FinTech, but I was asking myself, why not EduTech, Health Tech, Agri-Tech? Because these are areas that we need to develop the country. Okay, so head of department, maybe you should have these techs as a fan club so that the issue is not only with FinTech. If you don't address the issues in agriculture, you even get people to come and save. If you don't address the issue in health, you don't even get the money. So FinTech is fine, but open up and look at the other areas. We have EduTech, Agri-Tech, Health Tech, and I think with this, we should be able to make an impact. But I encourage you, and I promise that if the department is interested, we'll add it to the university calendar. But the department has to do a lot to make sure that it gets to a certain level, because if we want to get it to the university level, the VC will be involved. And on the day of the pitching, we want to see a lot of work being done. We want to see prototype. We want to see how advanced you are. And it's not just sharing an idea of, I want it this way. Okay. And this can take a whole period of 3 to 4 months. Okay. So build upon what you are doing. The various competitions the university is organizing, find yourself in it, and then let's see how it goes. So on this note, congratulations to the department for what you've done. I think this is the beginning. You've moved from the car park of computer science to Great Hall, which is a very, very big achievement. We are here to stay. It will always be the Great Hall, but we need the students to come out with the ideas. Don't sit one night and say, I have a dream. Back there, a dream with solid reasons why that dream should be put into practice. And that is the challenge. Most of you are saying you are going to use AI-backed. Fine. But you also have to be innovative. You have to manage the AI that you are saying that is AI-backed. So you yourself, you have to be on top of the game. You need to know the issues. Okay. So on this note, head of department, dean, industry partners, thank you so much for making time. And I apologize on behalf of the department for the time spent. I mean, I came very early and I saw some of you. I hope it will not happen again. Junior faculty, junior colleagues, thank you very much. And I'm challenging you that, look, the sky is the limit. Work hard, apply the knowledge in the lecture room, what you see in the environment and what you hear in trying to change our developmental situation. Thank you once again and wish you all the best.
MC.
Okay, so we don't want the industry experts to go without we having some pictures with them, right? You would want to always look back and say, oh, Ralph, I'm the one that pitched the other time, and so that connection. So we want to take some pictures, but we'll start by letting faculty take it with them. So the first picture will be faculty and then the Express Pay, Dash, and then UBA. Express Pay, where is the marketing manager? Okay. So please, if you can come on the staircase, but note that I'll move away from the mic and I have to be in there too. I'm just kidding anyway. So we'll take a picture here. Where are photographers? Please, faculty, can we all come? Computer science. Let's arrange ourselves. Don't worry, everybody will get a turn to take it. So after we take it, we'll take with the team that presented, and then for a shot with all of us and the entire team here, we'll take that one outside.
Ah.